we were always in the same space to the point where we would have like sleepovers as well. And she had a studio set up in her home. And we, like, when we made this project called Christmas and Chill, we literally slept at her house in our onesies and make Christmas cookies and like all of that for maybe like 7 days straight.
As a writer, what do you think it is that clicks between you and Ariana Grande? Because it's clearly a very successful partnership.
Yeah. Um, I think that we're the same enough to understand each other, but different enough to challenge each other. And I think that dynamic works really well when creating a song. It's honestly feels like a soulmate type of match musically. Um, we knew it from the first song we ever did together. We've just always been on the same page, but also just I think where I come from and where she comes from makes us different enough to have different substance and melody choices or harmony. And, and sometimes there's other times where we're thinking the exact same thing. And so we've just confirmed to each other that it's a great idea because we're on the same page. And it's something that's kind of indescribable in a sense. But I don't have the only unfortunate thing is we don't really film our sessions. These are just like memories I have backlogged in my own brain and in hers, and so undescribable isn't very helpful.
Ha!
But
Do you manage to get together in the same space that often? Because of course you've both got incredibly busy schedules, but when it comes to creating together, how does that
yeah,
work?
oh, we're always together. During the beginning of quarantine, we had a couple of Zoom FaceTime sessions quickly, but beyond that, we were always in the same space to the point where we would have like sleepovers as well. And she had a studio set up in her home. And we, like, when we made this project called Christmas and Chill, we literally slept at her house in our onesies and make Christmas cookies and like all of that for maybe like 7 days straight. And and that was the project that came out. So it's never
She
a time where we're working on over the internet. Besides maybe the first song, I think I sent her Honeymoon Avenue, and she just cut exactly what was there. But beyond that, we've always been together. Well, Jaguar really um, means to me, the symbolism behind the animal is that, you know, you feel like you've been in somewhere a long time, similar to how a jaguar is in the jungle and hidden, and you know that they're there, but there's always a right time when you feel developed and when you feel hungry enough, then you kind of go for what you want. And so Jaguar musically means to me that this is my moment to really, you know, face all of my fears and go for it and be confident in how I feel exactly with no remorse and unapologetically. And so just honesty, and that is definitely transferred into my music. Honesty, confidence, sex appeal that I don't have to be afraid of, based on other stigmas that people would place on women. Like, you're not supposed to say that. You're not supposed to sing about this. You're not, all of those rules. So I felt more freedom in my music.
So how long has it taken you to overcome that? Because you said before, that you would be previously considerate of what your peers would like and what your family would
Yeah.
consider acceptable.
Yes.
Are you still
Yeah.
there?
Um, I think I still, when I played my mother the music, I still filmed her reaction because I knew it was going to be a thing, but I definitely feel more, you know, I actually less inclined to wait for her approval to be able to put a certain song out. Or, I grew up in church, so my music definitely wouldn't be played in the church house now. So, I
That's
have to
true.
think, subconsciously would think about those things, but they don't define or determine whether or not that I'm brave enough to pursue it or be honest. And I think, that's a part of what people would admire about my music as well, because they can relate to that.